Hello folks, it's Crafty Carol here. I'm here to show you yet another little technique, and this one is to show you how I can get this nice background circle onto a card. So this one I've made using the Sailboat die, which came out in the January to June catalogue. It's available there. Also in the new annual catalogue, I'm glad to say. So that's the Sailboat die, and I've just punched it out to form that raised element to do the card. Done a little bit of colouring in, if you like, on the sea that I've also done. But I want to show you this technique using another set, which is my current favourite set, which is Wildlife Wonder. And I adore this set. I think the sentiments are beautiful. I've actually used the sentiment on this card here. Also used the Sailing Home retiring set, sadly, to do the inside and to do the envelope. But I'm going to show you it just using this. So what do you need? I'm going to use, for my card, soft suede as the background. I've already done the inside, so soft suede base card as usual measurements, 21.5 by 14.8 centimetres. And these pieces, two pieces of Whisper White, which are 14.2 by 9.9. So already done the one for the inside. So I'm going to show you how to do the front one and get that circle. So the other thing you need is a template. So this is just cut slightly bigger than a normal card front, so it's cut just under 11 by about 15, so it fits directly over. But when I cut the circle, I've cut it right in the middle. Probably not a good idea. I need it slightly more towards the top. I've just put some low tack tape around it, and then I can just use it to position this roughly where I want it. So I want it nearer the top of the card than the bottom, so I'm just lift it up a little bit. So you can see there, I've got it about there on the card, and then I can use my low tack tape just to tack it down. So I've got that there. Then I have got my template for my circle base. Now, if you want a good horizon, which obviously I needed for sea, and for this particular one, I don't need one just quite so exact, but I'll show you how to use it anyway. So if I want a horizon, I can just place a scrap piece of card across and use that. So I'm going to use these wonderful blending brushes. They are so useful, wash so well and dry so quickly. And I'm going to use Balmy Blue for the sky. And I just need a little bit of scrap paper off at the side here, which is so disgusting. I won't let you see it. I'll just put it over there. So I'm just going to pick up some ink from the ink pad just by gently squishing the blending brush over, putting no pressure on, just letting it pick up ink as it comes. And then I'm going to dab it off on the paper just to make sure there's no gungy bits that'll show up. And then coming from the side, just with nice circular motions, I'm just going to bring it in over this card. And it doesn't look like anything much is happening, especially on the camera probably, but I can tell you that it is. And I'll just ink it up again. Everything moving around, just hold that still. Make sure I haven't got any funny bits. Put some more on there. I could put a cloud pattern if I wanted. I could just cut out a cloud shape and stick that in the middle with some I use the removable adhesive, so I can easily pick it up and rub it off if I need, but I'm not going to put clouds in the sky because I'm going to do a bit of funny stuff around the edge anyway. So that is my sky. I don't want too much in the blue because that's enough, to be honest. Might just make it a little bit darker just around the edge. There we go. So it's just about patience and building it up slowly, and you'll build up the sky, and you'll see that although that doesn't look as though there's very much there, actually there will be when I take off the circle. So I'm just going to put a little bit more on this side because I missed some on that side there. That's it, lovely. So you'll see when I take this off that there's actually more on than you think, because look, we've got a bit of a horizon line there. That was good. So that's my blue for my sky. Take that away, and I'm going to use Old Olive, the slightly darker green, because I want a sort of foresty, fieldy, prairie type background, something like that. So again, I'm going to pick up using the blending brushes, get the colour on the blending brush, dab to make sure there's nothing too much on there. I'm not going to worry too much because I don't want it too straight, this horizon. So I'm not going to put that horizon paper back on, and I'm just going to use that green, just blend it across here because I'm going to do something else around that horizon, so I'm not too bothered about it. So I'm going to build it in here. I actually want to build up the bottom a little bit more, so I'm going to put more colour around the bottom than I am in the middle, because I'll show you why in a minute. So a bit more colour, dab off, just helps. So here we've got a little bit of grass here, quite like that. So getting quite a deep colour here, which is what I want. And the beauty of it is that I can keep using this template until I destroy it and break it in some way, because it doesn't matter that all the colours around the outside, as long as you leave it to dry between each of your goes, it's not going to matter. So there's my base. I've actually got a little bit more to do, because what I am actually going to do, I'm going to use the this thing, which is, I don't know, it's it could be a shadow or anything, but I saw it and I thought, you know what, that could give me a little path. So I'm going to have a little path coming down. So I'm just using crumb cake because I want it to be fairly light on this background, and I'll just ink up that stamp because I don't want all of it. And I'm just going to have a little path running down. I think I might have it running this way because of where I'm going to put my, I'll have it just about there, I think. There we go. So now I've got my little path coming down. This is going to be covered, I don't mind. A little bit of a path there. I can actually use my blending brush again just to green over that a little bit. And I'm also going to have some trees. My trees, I'm going to use one of the sponges. And where is my... Oh, I'm using it, of course. Where have I just put it? Oh, Old Olive is sitting there. Can't honestly see. Let me close this one down. I'll get my Old Olive again. And now I'm just going to pick up some colour on my sponge. So I want these trees a little bit deeper than I've got here. So I'm just going to, we're going to have trees around the edge here. Doesn't look like trees, does it? Don't worry, it will in a minute. So I'm going to have them both sides because I want to sort of frame the picture here. So there we go. And my magic thing for making them trees is I'm going to bring in my watercolour pencils. So I'm going to use the Oli Espresso watercolour pencil, and we're just going to add a few little branches and things because that's what's going to make them trees. Bushes there as well, look. It's amazing what you've got in this picture. So just doing that, just plain with the watercolour pencil. I can bring in some water and move that around if I wanted. If you want them darker, little tip, I'm going to do another video about how to use the watercolour pencils, but if you dip it in water, you get a much stronger colour. This is my background. I don't want too strong a colour here. I am going to use it just to blend in the path a little bit and make the path a little bit more path-like, if you like. There, that's quite nice, quite pleased with that. Just a little bit more green at the back there. There we go. Good. So that is my background. And if I now peel this off, this is the bit that's going to be a bit fiddly. There we go. It's the beauty of low-tack tape, and I can reuse it until it loses all its stickiness. Then I'll just put some more on. It's brilliant. I'm keeping that because that's my outline. And there we have our background. So you can see I've got my trees sitting in my nice circle. I've got my path coming down. You'll see it looks odd at the moment. Don't worry, that is going to look better in a minute. I'm going to use just a little bit of water just to move the path around a little bit. Colour on the path. Bring in those things together. It's so fun, this. And I'd already done, where have I put it? I had done it, I've now lost it. Hang on a minute, oh there it is. So I had actually done my wolf already. Oh, somebody just coming, sorry about the noise at the side. So I've already done my wolf, stamped him in soft suede. It's a beautiful wolf. Let me show you the stamp set again. They're Inkstinctive stamps, so in other words, you already get this depth, these different layers of colour in it. So I've stamped it in soft suede and just used my water brush to move the colour around a bit on the wolf so he sits out a bit more from the rock. I've used my watercolour pencil in Old Olive to just put some grass along the bottom, and he is going to sit on the picture there because he's sitting on here just in front. I'm also going to use this thing here. Don't know, grasses are they? I'm not quite sure. I think they're probably grasses. And we're going to have them just coming off the edge of here. And I think you can make beautiful scenes with just this as the base. So this is actually going to come off. This is why I've taken my frame off already, because I'd want this to actually come over the edge. So we're going to have some grasses here. And we're going to have some grasses here. So that you can just see they're coming off the edge there and just building into the picture. So that's how it's going to look when I've actually put the wolf on, which I will in a second. But the other thing I just want to do before I stick everything together is to put a sentiment on the bottom. So I'm going to use the Sending Birthday Wishes from the same set, and we'll do it in Soft Suede, which I've already got open and forgot about. Here it is. Yeah, this is Soft Suede. So I'm going to have Sending Birthday Wishes, which we'll just have along the bottom there. So there is my card, and when we put it together, I hope you'll see it's rather nice. So have a little play, make yourself a circle template like that, dead easy with your circle dies, or if you have got a large punch of any sort at home, you could use that, or any other thing that cuts a nice circle. If you're really good with scissors, you could probably use that, I think. So I'm just going to put this together on the cards. I'm going to put the base bit on first. Just put a little bit of Tombow around the edge there. Ooh, not being very even with this, am I? So just put that on. There we go. And then obviously I want my Wolfie up on dimensionals, so we will put him up on dimensionals because that's important. Well, he's just going to sit. I think we'll have him sitting about here actually, I think. There we go. So I hope you like that. This technique, you can play around with different stamp sets, different colours, different backgrounds. You can use all one colour and put a nice floral thing in the centre, or some sort of other image in the centre. I've done a scene here, and it's great for the sailing ones because obviously we can just use a horizon. What I've done for the sea here, just to explain, I've actually used the Coastal Cabana ink to do the blending, and then I've added the Coastal Cabana watercolour pencil just to make little waves, and then added some white gel pen as well, just to put a little bit of emphasis on them. So that's how I did that one. This one I'm going to leave as that scene. So I hope you like these cards. I hope you have a go at this really fun blending technique, which is actually really simple but produces a super card. If you wanted to make it even more stunning, one way is to cut out a second front of a card and cut out the circle in there, and then lift that on dimensionals and stick that flat to the front, and that just brings even more dimension. I decided not to do that for these cards, but I hope you like them, hope you enjoy them. Please do join my email list through my website craftycarolscards.co.uk, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.